Influenza is unique in that it's always circulating somewhere. It's circulating both in human and animal hosts, and another pandemic is inevitable.
Well, certainly 1918 was the worst influenza pandemic that we've got any records of. There was another pandemic in 57 and another pandemic in 68, and we're all aware of the swine flu pandemic in 2009.
Well, what's quite unique about influenza is it's constantly changing. So for seasonal viruses, these viruses continue to evolve and change and escape the ability of existing vaccines to protect the population. We're really concerned about being ahead of the game for detecting a virus that could cause the next global pandemic.
GISRS, the WHO's Global Influenza Surveillance and Response System, comprises 144 national influenza centers in 114 countries. GISRS is like the front line of the fight against influenza.
We, as a part of the NIC and as a country who has really signed the P framework, we are thinking that participating in the GISRS is very important because first of all, you could really do the timely sharing of virus would assist a country like my country to do risk assessment and understand what is happening around the world, and using that information, the robust information within the GISRS system, we are able actually to use that information now to refine some of our pandemic preparedness activities within our plan.
Sharing of influenza viruses in good quality and timeliness, it is the essence of the surveillance for influenza. And the current knowledge and technology is that the countermeasures have to be developed after the evolution. So it's always like the virus is evolving ahead and countermeasures being developed afterwards. The global influenza surveillance and response system has to move fast.
We have right now novel avian influenza viruses. They're showing sporadic infection in humans. The mortality rates among humans that are infected can be quite high. So we have to prepare for the worst and hope that the next pandemic, which is a certainty, there will be another virus that causes a pandemic, that we're prepared in that event. The difficulty with preparing for a pandemic is we don't know what virus will emerge, where it will emerge, or how severe it will be. The only certainty we have is that there will be another pandemic.
The Norwegian need for global pandemic influenza preparedness and global preparedness and response for influenza in general is sort of upon the realization that influenza is not a national issue, it's not a national phenomenon, it's a global phenomenon, and you can't work on it isolated in a country. So what the best way to work with influenza is on the global scale, also with the preparedness for pandemics. Early detection, early response will leave us all better.
By rapidly understanding the risk assessment, then we are going really to address the issue of health security within the globe. If you address influenza, you're actually addressing the whole of the health system, but we need to do more. We really have a threat, and addressing influenza can also address a disease, an epidemic disease, and an overall health system approach.